A wife who has an attitude of submission does not mean that she's a doormat, does not mean that she's a slave, does not mean that she doesn't have opinions of her own, does not mean yes to everything her husband says, does not mean she won't disagree with her husband. Rather, a wife with an attitude of submission means someone with a heart of support, someone that's ready to support her husband. Hello friends and family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sweetie, and if you are new to this channel, once again, my name is Sweetie. You are welcome. This channel is about love, family, and everything positive. Like I said before, today's video is about submission. Submission is always associated with something negative, but today's video, I want to share some light and change your perspective on what it means to be a submitted wife. A wife who practices submission is, by definition, a woman with strength of character. When you hear the word submission, it's always associated with something negative. In today's video, I want to talk about submission. Submitting to your husbands. I'm not a pastor, but I know the Bible says that it is not good for a man to be alone. I should get him a helpmate. That's where we come in as wives. Helpmate. To help our husbands, to support our husbands. The same Bible also said, wives, submit to your husband, and husbands, love your wives. We have to submit. That's our direct order from God. And husband, that's a direct order from God also, to love your wife. When you love your wife, it is easy for that wife to submit to you. Once again, submission does not mean you are a slave. Submission does not mean you don't have an opinion. Submission means you are there to support your husband, to help pick your husband up when he's falling, not to put things in his face. When you submit to your husband, you look so beautiful. You look more beautiful in his presence. You look more beautiful in his eyes. When you submit to your husband, that love in his heart for you increases because he feels secure with you. He feels that he can trust you. You're not taking away his role as a man. That role as a man was given to him by God. That role as the head was given to him by God. You cannot take on that role. I don't care if you have a master's degree or PhD. I don't care if you were born into a millionaire family and you have a fat bank account. I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, green, blue. I don't care who you are as a woman. That's a direct order to submit to your husband. He is the head. So no matter your status, you have to submit to your husband. And now husbands doesn't mean that you have to treat her like a slave and boss her up around. You have to love her. You have to respect her. You have to value her opinion as well. As you take on that role as a man, she expects you to be a man. She expects you to be the head. She expects you to take the family to another level. She expects you to make sound decisions that will take the family to another level. When you do that, submission comes right under you. Submission is like submitting to God. God has a plan for the family, and that's his plan. That's his order of plan. He wants us to submit. So when you submit, you are submitting to God, actually. You're submitting to God and trusting his plan that he has for a family, how he wants to lead that family, making someone, the man, to be the head, and while you are there as the helpmate to support him. Sometimes we see some men, that man, he's handsome, he's rich, he has everything. Look at his wife. We talk down on that lady. Maybe she's not up there, maybe she's not educated, maybe she's just simple. Check her character. People start to gossip. What is he doing with her? Check that character. That man sees beauty because that lady is submissive. On the other hand, you might have a wife that feels she knows everything, has a PhD, has a master's degree, has her own business making so much money than that man, and feels she can run the home. And before you know it, that marriage is done. And people wonder, what? She's so beautiful. How come he left her? What's going on? Maybe she's not submissive. When you're submissive, you are beautiful. When you're submissive, you are everything that man wants in a wife. When you're submissive, there's no need to look outside. Yeah, he might fall here and there, but he knows when I come home, I have a wife who is there to make me feel like that man. I have a wife who's there to lift me up. When I make mistakes, she's not putting it in my face and talking down on me. Rather, she's there to stand by me, to help pick me back up into that role that was intended for me as a man. So ladies, don't let your girlfriends fool you and say, oh, you're so submissive. Why are you doing that? No, it's attractive. It's beautiful. It's God's order. Submit to your husband. Make him feel like a man. Make him want to run to come home. I don't care what role you have. I can be a boss at my job. When I come home, I know I have a head. I leave that boss at the door. When I come home, I have my head. I don't want to be a boss in the office and be a boss at home. That's too much. I want to come home and know that I can trust a man that God has placed over my life to lead the family. So I submit. Submit, like I said, submission doesn't mean a slave. Yes, I have my own opinions. We will disagree, but there's a way to state your opinion respectfully. Submit to your husband, ladies. Let's submit. Don't let those single ladies out there fool you and make you do things that you're not supposed to do. They might think, they don't understand. They might think you're being a slave or being a fool. Yes, I'm submitting to God. That is the head over my home. That is the head over my life. And I trust his decision. If it fails, it fails. We'll find another way. But in the meantime, I'm here to submit to my husband. I'm here to encourage us to change the narrative, to change your mindset and gain new perspective on what it means to be a submitted wife. There's nothing wrong to submit. It's actually beautiful to submit to your husband. Watch. Try it. Try it. And see what happens in your marriage. And see what happens in your marriage. And like I said, men, don't take advantage of that woman that's being submissive. Rather, love her. That's your assignment, to love her. The Bible says, husbands, love your wife. That's your job, to love us, not ours. You're supposed to love us. Make us feel good. Take care of us. Take care of the home. Make good decisions. Make sound decisions that won't bring hurt and shame to us. Once you do that, submission comes so easy. You can submit to a man who's willing to be a man. It's difficult. Yes, I know. Some men, it may seem like they don't deserve it because they're acting up. They're acting like a child. They are doing things out of the way that's hurting you, that's bringing shame to the family. Pray about it and stick to your role. I don't care what he's doing. Submit. Submit. His eyes will turn back to you. It's a beautiful thing. Like I said, you look more attractive when you're submissive. When you're talking down on him, when he's talking, your voice is louder than his voice. You in his face. You want to make the decision. I say it's final. You look terrible. There is no beauty in that. In your eyes, it might look like you're beautiful, but in his eyes, that next lady out there that's submissive is his queen, will capture his heart. Doesn't matter your degree. Doesn't matter how much money you make. Doesn't matter what you look like. Submission is submission. Put that aside and submit to your husband. Help your husband to build a family that God intended him to build. You cannot tell God how to run his institution. He could have said, men submit to your wife and wives submit to your husband. No, he said, ladies, women, wives, submit to your husband and husband love your wives. Don't switch it around and try to be the man for the man to submit to you. I know some people that do that a lot. They make more money than a husband and want to talk down on him. No, that's so unattractive. And you are headed for a divorce. You are headed for a disconnection. It's not attractive. You're not a fool for being submissive. Submit to your husband. Take care of your husband. Love him. Submit to him. Respect him. And see what happens in your marriage. Pray to God that God will touch the heart of your husband to love you, to respect you as well. Once again, submission is not that you're a doormat. You're a slave. You say yes, sir, to everything. No. You have your own opinions. There's a way to present your opinion. Submit to your husband, ladies. Let's be submissive and see how that marriage will flourish, into the way God intended it to be. It's a direct order to be submissive. Don't look at submission as something negative anymore. After this video, try it in your marriages. Some of the husbands might be shocked when they see you doing certain things. Just laugh and just laugh and just thank God in your heart. Help him. Build him up. Don't beat him down like you know it better. I can do it better than you. Don't do it this way. No. There's a way to present, issues to him. Talk to him in a way. Present your opinion. Don't just sit there and say, yes, submission, yes. No. Tell him how you feel. Express yourself to him. Most of all, submit to him. Do your part. And that man, your job is to love. To love your wife. My husband loves me. That I know for a fact. And it's not even difficult to submit to him. Because I'm doing my part, he's doing his part. He's not perfect, I'm not perfect. What's working for me, I want to share. It's also biblical to submit to your husband and husbands to love your wife. When you love your wife, you respect her, you cherish her, you appreciate her. She submits to you. Happy marriage. Happy life. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope this helps your marriages. I hope this helped to build someone up and, give you the happy home that you deserve. Marriage is to enjoy, not to endure. I'm just going to hang in there. No, it's for you to enjoy. Enjoy every bit of it. Some of the things that I know now, I didn't know before. So I hope I can help someone to help their lives. Until then, I see you on the next video. I see you on the next video. You are not ordinary, ladies. You are extraordinary. Submission is very attractive. Actually, you're confident when you're submissive. You have a sense of confidence. You don't have a low self-esteem. You have all the money. You are beautiful. You're a boss at work. You got everything going on with you. And you submissive doesn't mean that you are a doormat. It's actually attractive. It means that you have confidence. But when you have money, you make more money than your husband, and you feel like everything, that's not being confident. You're all in his face and screaming and bringing him down. Doesn't show that you're confident because he makes so much money and you're boastful and you're in his face, you're bringing him down. I'm the boss at my job. I'm this in my church. I'm this in my community. No. You have a low self-esteem. He knows who you are. He knows what you're worth. You don't have to say it. He can see it. By being submissive, it's like, wow, she makes more money than me. She is beautiful. Every man wants her. She's did this in her church. She's did this in the community. She's did this. She's did that. And she's still submissive. Wow. A woman with confidence. A woman with confidence. Not low self-esteem. Not stupidity. Okay? So don't let nobody fool you. Continue to be submissive. And I pray that your marriage work. Again, like I said before, I continue talking. I was actually ending the video and I started talking again. But, I had to put that part there. It just came to my mind. But this time around, I'm actually leaving. Bye. Take care. What God has blessed, no man can curse. You are extraordinary. I see you on the next video.